everyone. Today I am filming a Q&A to kind of get to know me a little bit better and also get to know why I chose real estate. First question, what do you miss most about being younger? Summer holidays off school, having no responsibilities other than literally making sure that you enjoy your summer time off. I miss classic things like no bills, no payments, no credit cards. I also miss playing games outside, like Manhunt, playing in the pool, like Marco Polo. That's definitely something that I miss. Next question, what don't you miss about being younger? The lack of independence, not being able to drive, having to ask your parents literally for everything. Before you make any kind of decision or move, you have to ask permission of your parents. That's something I don't miss. Having to raise my hand to go to the washroom. That's something I definitely don't miss, and that's something that still this day I'm just like, is that the right approach? I don't know. Being told I talk too much in class. I was always that kid that I definitely see how it could have been distracting at times, definitely not necessary. You got to learn like a time and place. But overall, being told every single year on my report card that Victoria is so nice, but she talks too much, I feel like could be portrayed in the wrong way. It didn't affect me as bad as it could, but I could definitely see that making a younger person feel, oh, no one cares. No one values my opinion. That's something I don't miss. What was your best subject in school? Overall, my best subject in school was definitely English. It was also the class that I enjoyed the most. I'm one of those people, a lot of people are, but I excelled in classes that I actually thoroughly enjoyed. And if I had a bad mindset or didn't like what I was learning, it was game over. Definitely struggled through. I always loved writing, not so much the reading. I liked being read to, reading Shakespeare. Like I enjoyed reading in class. Shakespeare, a Stephen King book, we would read it as a class, and some people would hate that and hide their face, like, please don't pick me to read out loud, where I would be that person that I'm like, oh my gosh, finally, like I can enjoy reading and not fall asleep. Really enjoyed those aspects. Would you rather be able to fly or be invisible? For me, I would choose fly because I'm always low-key late. Don't get me wrong, important meetings, important things, I arrive on time. Definitely not one of those people that arrives 15 minutes early, lots of extra time. I don't know what it is. It's either right on time or a minute or two late, depending the significance of the event. Also, I know that I don't give myself enough time. I will literally show up right on the minute. Oh, dry. Who is your celebrity crush? First person I think of is Ryan Gosling. Of course, like Justin Bieber crush, but I was never like a huge believer. Like I definitely respected him and enjoyed his music, listened to his music, thought he was such a cutie, but I never became obsessed. But Ryan Gosling is definitely, I fell in love with him in The Notebook. Yeah. Fun fact, I'm such an emotional person when it's my Pisces in me. Literally, The Notebook goes on and the first few words I start crying. It's not even sad yet, but it's sad because it's just so beautiful, and like seeing people in love like that makes me cry. What is my favorite cuisine? Definitely Italian. Love a good pizza, love a good pasta, bread, any Italian food really. I really like. My second favorite would probably be Chinese food. Definitely Chinese food. Any day of the week, I could eat Chinese food. Next question, what is my dream job? Or what was my dream job? When I was younger, I was definitely obsessed with the ocean. I loved everything about it. I wanted to be a marine biologist for a while, and that kind of segmented into specifically a dolphin trainer. Once I got older, I realized that, dolphin trainer isn't really the most practical job, and as well as it's not fair to the animals, those kind of jobs. So that was definitely my elementary school dream job though, because I just wanted to be in the ocean with the animals. Like I just wanted to swim with dolphins all day. That's just where my head was, and I thought, how could you have a better job? Fish and ocean life were my jam. Why real estate? So after high school, I went to college. I went to college for 2 years, just took a general business degree. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life after high school. So during high school, I took a few business classes, enjoyed them, definitely saw myself wanting to learn more about business in general. I figured general business would be cool. I was thinking hopefully it would expand and help me explore my options when it comes to what part of the business world would I see myself working in. And I knew it wouldn't hurt. I was also the type that if I didn't go to school right after high school, I don't want to say I wouldn't have gone, but I knew I needed to keep the ball rolling. I knew I needed to like find what's next, or you're not just gonna stay in your hometown and just like continue to work at wherever. So general business in college was definitely harder than I thought. I excelled and enjoyed classes like intro to HR, marketing, customer service, the people aspects of business, whereas I struggled more in like the math of finance, the accounting, statistics. That was a crazy class. I always knew it was the people aspect for me in business that attracted me to it. I started to ponder what it'd be like to be a real estate agent probably near the end of second year, because 2 years in, almost done, I'm like, still don't know what I want to do, but I definitely always had like a fancy for housing and the lifestyle of a real estate agent and just the whole package. The whole process of being someone's like means to an end and finding a house, like a place where they can make memories and everything, that was the part that really attracted me to real estate as well, because like how cool, how satisfying of a job is that, as I get to see all these different types of houses, ways of living, different people. I like routine, but sitting at a desk from 9 to 5 times a week was really not something that I pictured to be in my cards. And that's where real estate was. It had enough routine, but it was also different every day. You're dealing with people. People don't see it like this, but it's literally a relationship business. You're dealing with all types of personalities. You're doing the same job, but it's going to be completely different every single time you deal with a different client. When did you know you wanted to be a realtor? Like I said, end of second year in college, I was starting to ponder the idea. Still wasn't committed to anything though. And it was the pandemic. And I finished school. I moved back home with my parents beginning of April 2020. That summer, I really took time to myself and sat myself down and was like, Vic, what's next? I worked at Starbucks part-time. I worked at Starbucks in college too, and then once I moved home, I transferred. I literally loved being a barista, but I knew it wasn't forever. It was a stepping stone that needed to be a part of my journey, but I still knew that it wasn't forever. To then September 2020, and I jumped the gun, I enrolled for the Humber College Real Estate Program. I quite literally fell in love. Learning and expanding my knowledge when it came to real estate was the first time that I had ever taken a course, something at school that I genuinely was interested in, wanted to just learn more, wanted to keep reading, wanted to keep studying. Like, that's when I knew that real estate is gonna be for me. I never was so excited about anything else. Then I started envisioning myself like actually doing the job, and that feeling became stronger and stronger, and that's when I knew. After a lot of hours of reading, studying, writing exams, while working part-time, I finally became a registered real estate agent in July of 2022. You have 2 years to do the real estate program with Humber, and I took almost the 2 years to complete it, because when I started, I still felt like I was super young. You're never too young to start anything, by the way. But just in my position, I felt like I was in no rush. I knew that this was something I was really gonna wanna do for the rest of my life. This was gonna be my chosen career for my 20s at least. So I took my time writing the course, and then when I finally finished, I was super ready, and I'm like, guns a-blazing, let's go. Was the real estate course exams hard? I wouldn't necessarily call them hard, but it was a lot of knowledge. A lot of the content for me too was information that I was hearing and reading and learning for the very first time. Everything was brand new. It was just a lot of knowledge to have to absorb, and then the exams, you really have to perform and remember all the things that you learn throughout the course. Obviously, like how exams are, duh. It was just a lot. So that could be perceived as being more difficult, but it was just a lot of information. How do I stay organized or disciplined when it comes to making my own hours? I time block. This has been the best way for me. I'm completing all tasks, all things that I want to do throughout my day to the best of my ability is time blocking them. So what I do is I time block each activity for an hour. After that hour is done, I have to force myself to go on to the next task I have scheduled for myself. Practicing various income productive activities, especially when you're first starting out, because starting your own business, like you're building your own business. So ground up, zero, starting from the bottom, you need to exhaust and exert all options because you never want to write anything off because you're brand new. There's nothing to lose. Try everything before you know what will work best for you. Of course, there's going to be things that you enjoy doing more than other things naturally, but time blocking for me made me put time aside for the things that weren't naturally as appealing to me, that I was excited to do as much. Tasks of my job really helped me grow in my business. For example, time blocking for calls, a separate time block for reading and responding to emails, making social media posts, door knocking, all those kind of things. I put in a physical schedule. I call it my perfect week. I write it out every single Sunday before my next week, and I have an idea of what I need to do so that when the week starts, I go in, I tape up my perfect week it's on my wall right here, right now. It's falling off the tape. I'm able to look at it. It's a physical copy of what I need to do, and it also holds me accountable because I'm looking at it all the time. And I have the time block set. So once it becomes 2 o'clock, okay, time for calls. And then it's time for calls, and that's what I focus on for the next hour. I hope you guys feel like you got to know me a little bit more personally, a little bit more why I chose real estate, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.